When people first think about buying Bitcoin, they feel overwhelmed. That's because they think, to really win, I need to buy a whole Bitcoin. Or they just freeze thinking, one Bitcoin costs too much right now. And just like that, they talk themselves out of it. Does that sound familiar? If you're nodding along, don't worry, you're not alone. This mental block stops almost everyone at the starting line. But here's the thing most people miss. You really don't need a whole Bitcoin to come out ahead and do well financially. In fact, for true long-term financial security, 0.01 Bitcoin might actually be more than enough. That's right, just 1 million sats, which today costs about $750 give or take. But the value of 1 million sats in 20 or 30 years could actually change your life. Now, why is that the case? It's because Bitcoin has absolute scarcity. In fact, there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin, and no government, institution, or even new technology can print more of it. But here's why Bitcoin is even more scarce than that, and most people are not even aware of this. Estimates say that between 4 and 5 million Bitcoin are already lost forever. Now, that tightens supply even more, and every 4 years, the supply of new Bitcoin entering into circulation is cut in half. That is due to the halving event. If you want to know more about the halving, I actually have a video about it, and you can find the link to it in the description. But basically, it's supply shock after supply shock. And 20 million Bitcoin have already been mined, which means there's only 1 million Bitcoin left to be mined until the year 2140. And while more people, companies, and even governments wake up and start competing for it, most of the world still has no clue about Bitcoin. But when they do wake up, it will be game over for cheap sats. So now picture this. By the year 2036, over 99% of all the Bitcoin that will ever exist will have been mined. At the same time, by the year 2036, the global population is expected to reach 9 billion people. So now let's do some quick maths. Let's divide 21 million Bitcoin by 9 billion people. That means you get about 0.00233 BTC per person, or roughly 233,000 sats each. But let's not forget to factor in those lost coins. Remember, if we account for that, the amount of BTC per person drops even lower. In fact, it's closer to 0.002 BTC or 200,000 sats per person. And that's if all the Bitcoin were to be split equally amongst the entire global population. But do you think that will ever be the case? I'm sure you would agree that it will not. The reality is, whales, institutions, and early adopters will hold the vast majority of the coins. Most other people, however, will end up with far less, unfortunately. So if you go and buy 1 million sats right now, you would be suddenly sitting on 4 to 5 times the average share per person. And that's not tiny, it's actually massive. But here's where it gets really interesting and a little bit mind-bending. Think about what small amounts of Bitcoin will buy you in the future. 0.01 Bitcoin for a house sounds absolutely insane today. But in the future, 1 million sats for a house won't sound that crazy at all. Even 0.0005 Bitcoin for a car sounds ridiculous right now. But 50,000 sats for a car will sound pretty normal in the future. And that's really the power of sats reframing. Your brain stops seeing tiny amounts of Bitcoin and instead it starts seeing real purchasing power. And even your labor in Bitcoin terms is trending to zero. Today, a full year's salary might be around 0.5 or 0.7 Bitcoin. But in the future, you might be working a whole year for 0.01 BTC, if not less. So owning even a few million sats might mean years of freedom in the future. And at that point, you won't be trading time for money anymore. You will trade your sats for what you need. And the people who ignored Bitcoin will be desperate to buy from those who stack sats early. But wait, because there's a plot twist most people won't even see coming. The reality is, most people won't be able to afford even 0.01 Bitcoin in a few years. And that's not because they don't want to, but because they won't be able to. Today, 0.01 BTC or 1 million sats costs around $750. But soon enough, that 0.01 BTC is likely to be worth $10,000 and then even way more. The truth is, if you own any amount of Bitcoin today, you are already 5 years ahead. And unfortunately, the general public won't wake up to Bitcoin until the cost of living becomes completely unaffordable. By then, Bitcoin will have multiplied at least 10x, while the cost of living will have gone up 3 to 5x. Ultimately, everything trends towards zero against Bitcoin. And if you care about your financial well-being, your priority should be to save at least 1 million sats. You have only a few years to get there, and once you get there, you can even continue saving and maybe reach Sats multimillionaire status. At the end of the day, we still live in a time where Bitcoin is cheap because most people don't know or care about it. In my humble opinion, you'd be doing your future self a massive favor if you prioritized getting to 1 million sats. I have no doubt that you will be so much better off in 20 to 30 years if you do it now. You will actually look back and think, why did I not start earlier or stacked harder? And the easiest way for you to do it, by the way, is to set up a DCA. There are many Bitcoin only companies like Strike, River, or Amber that allow you to set up automatic DCAs. Even better, many of them offer you the ability to withdraw your Bitcoin to cold storage for absolutely free. So really, you have no excuse. You have all the tools you need to get to 1 million sats. All you need to do is put in the work and stay consistent. Right, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and comment your thoughts below. Until next time, keep stacking, keep hodling, and remember that a Bitcoin DCA keeps poverty away.